All right, I spent a lot of time putting this for sale ad together. I'm going to put it on Facebook and get a ton of good interest. Here we go. Okay, let me know if you have any questions or if you'd like to come see it. Oh, somebody else sent me a message. Yes, it's still for sale. I just posted it 5 minutes ago. Can someone please send me a non-automated message? What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Eat, Sleep, Drive. Now, I just turned 31 years old recently, and I'm feeling a little bit of an old man in the sense of this is going to be a get off my lawn type speech.
Get off my lawn.
But I recently sold some stuff on Facebook. It was an awful experience, and I was just feeling nostalgic about the good old days of car culture on the internet pre-Facebook. So what I want to do today is talk about the two ways that car culture basically exists online and how it relates to Facebook. The first way is the buying and selling of cars and parts, and then the second way is information, documentation, DIYs, and stuff like that. Now, the Facebook marketplace, a blessing and a curse for car people. A blessing because there's a lot of people on Facebook, but primarily a curse because of the quality of the people interested in your stuff. Let's talk about the first thing that I hate about the Facebook marketplace, the canned responses to for sale ads. And what do I mean by that? When I post something for sale, someone can, if they see it, they can click into it, and then on the bottom of their screen or their phone, whatever, there are like 3 or 4 different responses that Facebook has just automatically included for them to just click and send to me. And they are useless. The first one that is most common is the item still for sale? Bitch, I just posted this 2 minutes ago. Yes, it's still for sale. My next favorite one, and by favorite one, I mean the one I hate the most, is I'm interested in this item. Sweet. Like, do you have a question? Would you like to come see it? These canned responses just drive me absolutely insane. And when I post something for sale, no one can seem to like actually physically type something out on their keyboard and ask me a legitimate question. If their phone can't autofill it in for them, it seems like I'm just gonna be out of luck. Now, not only do I have a problem with the canned responses, but the other problem is the algorithm that Facebook is using to broadcast this ad to people. So I'm happy that I get a lot of exposure when I post ads on Facebook, but the problem is I get people that are not actually interested in buying my item. They just happen to see the for sale ad because they're browsing Facebook, but they're not really interested at all. A good example of this is when I sold my Lotus Elise. I cannot tell you how many 16-year-olds I had messaging me about this car that had zero interest in buying it. And legitimately, I had more than one person ask how fast this go. Legitimately, like, people worded it like that. How fast this go. Are you kidding me? Like, what kind of... There's so much wrong with that statement, but like, what kind of question is that even? My Facebook marketplace time, I think, has run its course, and I'm ready to go back to the good old days of the internet with car forums where people were more interested in stuff and actually could put together words. So now we've talked about the Facebook marketplace. Let's talk about the other side of the car culture that exists online, and that is the information sharing, documentation, DIY type stuff. Now, how does that relate to things like forums on the internet? So when I think about forums on the internet, this was, 10, 15 years ago. If you needed to change an intake on your car, you would just go to the appropriate car forum for your car. If you had a Honda, you would go to Honda Tech. If you had a Subaru, you would go to Nasdaq. If you had a Porsche, you would go to Renlist. These are just to name a few. And forums are beautiful because of 3 main things. First is the organization. Basically, they are broken down into areas of the forum. So suspension tuning, braking, exterior. These are just subcategories. So everything is nice and organized, and it makes it very easy to get to different places in the forum for what you're specifically looking for or interested in. The second is searchability. I don't want to just go scrolling through a bunch of crap. I want to search for something specifically and get only the information for that. Forums were very good at that. A lot of them had advanced searches for keywords and certain subforums and stuff like that. It just made it way easier to find stuff. And the last point is archivability. Forums just basically keep information forever. So if you're buying a used car that's now 15 years old, but 14 years ago, somebody did a DIY for how to do X. You could find it on the forums very easily because it's saved forever. The retention period is basically eternal. So of those three main points, which are most important to online car culture in the form of information, how does Facebook compare? Well, let's start with organization. There is none. The only organization you get is the fact that there are different groups for what you're interested in. But the biggest problem is there's probably like 100 groups for what you're interested in. If you just go and search on Facebook and type in like Subaru group or something like that, you're going to get hundreds of results. So you have to join, I guess you have to join a bunch of different ones. So there's no organization amongst different groups, and there's no organization within the groups. There's no categories. It's just a massive group, a massive single thread of all different kinds of posts. So it's completely disorganized. Facebook does have a search feature, but let's be honest, it's not very good because of the way everything is organized. You're going to search the entire group, and if you're looking for one specific word, that could potentially get you hits for a lot of stuff that you're really not interested in. So searchability, also garbage. And then the last is archivability. I guess Facebook keeps it around for a while, but the way these groups seem to spin up and spin down, like they just don't have the same lasting quality that forums do. And because of these faults, like the lack of organization, the lack of searchability, you have people asking the same questions all the time. If someone asks why their Subaru is flashing their check engine and cruise control light one more time, I'm gonna lose my mind and I'm gonna kill this squirrel. You would occasionally have people asking dumb questions on the forums, but it's not the same repeated question over and over and over again like you get in Facebook groups, just because it's not necessarily these people's fault. There's not an easy way for them to get this information. I certainly miss the car forums. I think they're unfortunately dying because of Facebook. There's so much good information out there. I've met so many good people through the car forums, and it's just really sad to me that social media is sort of killing them off. Well, guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of Facebook and how it relates to car culture. Do you think it's benefiting car culture? And if so, how? Or do you hate Facebook like I do? Please share in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I appreciate you guys watching as always. This has been Eat, Sleep, Drive. Check us out. One video a week, comes out on Friday. Car stuff. My 240's coming back soon. Porsche 997 is going on. Fiesta ST, and hopefully more to come, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.